The following is a presentation of Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.
And welcome to another edition of Community Matters at the Mexico Ledger Studio Audrain. I'm Matt Pilger, and this is Logan Ray. He's the owner of Slumberland Furniture. Of course, Community Matters started up a couple of weeks ago, and we like to chat about things that are going on in the community and around the world. As a matter of fact, tariffs have been a huge conversation. And kind of as I understand it, tariffs may be hitting furniture. Logan, we brought you in as our expert today.
I don't know if I'll be much of an expert, but
tell us a little bit about that. Is it expected to hit furniture?
I mean, that has been in our industry probably one of the biggest topics of the year. Ever since this current administration came in and started announcing some of these tariffs on imported goods, not just on furniture, it has just been something that's been closely monitored. The tough thing is that it varies quite a bit, and there's so many moving parts involved that there's still a lot of learning going on. A lot of the feedback that I get from our buying group, the merchandisers who go out and place these large orders on containers of furniture, they're still learning, still working with manufacturers, and so it unfortunately it's not just black and white really, but there's still a lot of learning being involved. As
we're learning, what are some of the things that you're hearing? I know the administration really has a Buy America First policy. What types of furniture do you expect it to impact? Is it going to be foreign furniture, foreign-made furniture?
I think when it's all said and done, it'll definitely be anything made outside the United States. Long before I got into the industry, back in 70s and 80s, there started to be this kind of switch of manufacturers going abroad, right, and pulling from other countries. And I think that this current administration just wants to get back to the good old days of, just like with any other industry, where things are made and manufactured here in the United States. And that I think is probably the end goal. Unfortunately, there is a higher cost that comes with that, as far as labor and raw materials that it takes to get things manufactured. But on the bright side, something that has never changed is that the manufacturers that we currently have that are made in the United States, the quality is so much better. But,
locally, not impacted by the tariffs right now?
Not yet. And part of that, and I shouldn't say that for everybody, when my grandpa and my dad first started in the business, in the industry, they were more of a mom and pop. You had a much smaller buying group. Fortunately, we kind of saw where things were going several years ago, and made the switch to just be a part of a larger buying group. So we have more buying power. So instead of one or two stores now, we're part of a network that has 132 stores now, I think. So it really helps that quite a bit.
Well, anything else that you think people should know about these tariffs on furniture?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that has always remained true is things will always get more expensive, right? Now, the last 2 years, with that being said, there haven't been a lot of price increases. We saw a large price increase happen during COVID when demand was through the roof. There was limited supply, so there were some pretty large price increases. But for the last two and a half years, there haven't really been any price increases. Now, will that be the same when we're having this conversation again in a year from now? I can't say. But one thing that has always held true across any industry, with the exception of maybe TVs and some electronics, is things have always just gotten more expensive. I mean, look at the housing market. It is the value of your home continually increases. Especially if you bought it back in the 70s. But every year, with the exception of a few years, it has always increased.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you stopping by today, getting us up to date on that. Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about water connection fees at some point.
I think we definitely need to have a conversation about that and the impact it has on building homes in rural Mexico, Missouri, and other towns similar to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll bring you back as our expert witness one more time.
Yeah.
All right. Logan Ray, he is the owner of Slumberland Furniture, and I'm Matt Pilger. This is Studio Audrain for the Mexico Ledger.